It's the NFL on EA Sports. And if it's in the game, it's in the game. It's the Baltimore Ravens and the Buffalo Bills. And it's all up next.
Known for some incredible wings and one of the league's most passionate fan bases. We're just outside of Buffalo at Highmark Stadium in Orchard Park, New York. Thanks for joining us, everyone. With my partner, Brock Heward, I'm Kate Scott. And like so many matchups in the NFL, Brock, our focus goes right to the quarterbacks in this one. Both of these guys, players who've been around the league now for some time, they've definitely established themselves as veterans who know how to win football games.
Yeah, I think the word of the day, Kate, is definitely experience. Two guys who've been through the season several times over, have seen a lot at this point in their career, and been through quite a bit on the field. All that experience is stored up there right between the ears. And the one who is more skilled at leveraging that experience, more than likely is going to come away with the win.
Here's Tyler Bass to get this one started. And off we go from Highmark Stadium. On the return, here comes Justice Hill. He stopped on the return at the 27. So the Ravens offense taking over for the first time here. And they're brought out by someone who is the modern example of an elite running quarterback, the multiple-time MVP, Lamar Jackson.
A decade plus before Lamar, it was a guy named Michael Vick who was the standard for dual-threat quarterbacks. Well, today, that standard is Lamar Jackson, who at his best is an MVP-caliber player, the most exciting player, not just at his position, but in all of football. And don't let that running overshadow the strides he's made as a passer, too, in the pocket and as a franchise quarterback to build upon.
Jackson looking to throw right away. It's complete to Hopkins. And he's tackled for a short gain.
I feel so bad. I really do. And I don't mean this sarcastically, Kate. I feel bad for these guys in coverage. I don't know how you defend some of these players today because they get that drag route, they get one step inside of you. Well, there's very little you can do other than make the tackle.
They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Lamar off the play fake. Downfield, it's tipped, but he still makes the grab. And they will take this into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. The Ravens take a 6-0 lead right away. Well, Brock, they could prove me wrong, but I don't think touchdowns are going to come that easily the rest of this game. But starting out, we all welcome the quick score.
Yeah, not a lot of energy exerted, right? Not a lot of their cards shown just yet. They only got a couple plays into their strategy, and they found pay dirt. A lot of mystery still to come with what they're going to do schematically. A lot of answers have to be found defensively.
Extra point attempt coming up. The point after splits the uprights. And the Ravens will jump out to a 7-0 lead. The Ravens kicking team is ready, and they're going to send this one away. On the return, here comes Davis. Oh, he's showing some burst on this return. Tackle made as the return gets it out to the 32. So here come the Bills for their opening drive. And leading them out, someone who's still the pride of Wyoming University and Fireball, California. One of the league's best and biggest arms, Josh Allen.
We've seen a lot of big arms come and go in the NFL. Few translate that talent, though, into stardom, quite like Josh Allen. It's fun for me on the college football road when I ask these young quarterbacks who they idolize, who they look up to. And just about every big guy that can run says the same thing, Josh Allen, because that skill set is so tantalizing. A player who can rip off a highlight reel play with a pass, and just as easy with the down in just about any situation.
Shakir with the grab. And he's going to be brought down at the 42. Options are open here. It's 2nd and inches. They don't get this snapped in time. This is going to back them up. Man in motion wasn't set in time. Just couldn't get a snap away before the play clock expired. In a good spot here, 2nd and inches. They'll run here following the penalty. And that's good for a gain of 5. Stopped by one of the league's best tacklers, Roquan Smith. It's a gain of 5, and he's just short. So that's 3rd and less than a yard.
You gain that kind of yardage in the run game, and you're going to gain the trust of your offensive coordinator. Plays like that, runs like that, set the table for everything else in the playbook.
Shakir in motion right. Another one for Cook. And that short gain is enough for a new set of downs.
That is your old school meat and potatoes call right there. Don't even think about throwing it. Just rush it ahead and get what you need.
They'll head up 1st and 10 from the 42. They kick the running back in motion. On 1st down, Allen. Cook calls it in. And they'll get there and stop him at the line. The rookie from Georgia in on that tackle.
He specializes in salvaging broken plays out of the backfield, but even he couldn't get anything out of that one, Kate. That defense, they were all over it.
2nd and 10, need to get some positive yardage here. Working from the gun, it's Allen. Pass complete to Cook. And it's a nice little chunk here, 6 yards. Nate Wiggins getting up to end that play.
Translatable skills, that's what you call it. So effective as a runner, but those same traits that make him a great runner, adept at getting those yards, well, he translates it now as a receiver in the open field.
They motion a receiver left. Allen on 3rd and short. And this one is dropped and incomplete. He had the pick in his hands, couldn't hang on. It's going to be 4th down.
There's the importance of staying in phase as a defender. He was all over him in coverage, and that really did help force the incompletion.
Here's Jake Camarda to send it skyward on 4th down. Tylan Wallace on the return for the Ravens. And some professional English on that ball as it bounces out just short of the end zone at the 2-yard line. The Ravens offense returning to the field for their 2nd possession. And they'll have to go just about every bit of 100 yards to reach the end zone. That punt sets them up at their own 2. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Here's Derrick Henry getting it on the ground. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They get 27 on the play. And that'll be 1st down, Baltimore.
I'll tell you what, Kay, one of the things I'm most proud of coming out of broadcast are my O-line buddies that will hit me up during the game and say thank you. Thank you for finally showing some love and giving some light to what those big boys are doing up front. I got to play with some of the best to do it. I got to see it up close and personal. Because of it, I'll never forget it. And they just showed up on that run.
Play clock down to 0, and the flags come out. Man in motion wasn't set in time, just couldn't get a snap away before the play clock expired. Set him back 5. It's 1st and 15 after the penalty. They motion the tight end over. Lamar now from the gun. Gets this one to Andrews. And this almost ended worse, but he gets a yard out of it. Tackled on the play by Taylor Rapp.
Sometimes when you're just looking to move it forward, get some small yards on a throw, quarterback's best friend, security blanket. And when it's a big old tight end, that's an extra bonus.
Back to the line they go. It's 2nd down. Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. And he started to get through the lane before it closed. 3 yards there. Terrell Bernard tracking that one down.
Hey, we know running the ball in the NFL is hard, and that play pretty indicative of it. Here's the key, though. At the end of the game, those type of plays got to be in the minority, and the majority have got to do some damage.
Jackson now on 3rd. Complete beyond the marker. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. He'll move the sticks after ripping off a gain of 28.
I know the Combine tries to test everything it possibly can physically, but I don't know how you test courage at the Combine because there's nobody defending you. Nobody wants to hit you. But that was the epitome of courage to make that in cut and make the catch.
Ball on the 45, 1st and 10. Here's Henry on the option. He's only going to manage to get back to the line. Making the stop that time, Taron Johnson. No gain there that time, and it's 2nd and 10.
Not every corner in this league can make the play he just made right there. Sure, there's pure coverage guys, not really known for their tackling, but this guy, well, he's someone who isn't afraid to stick his nose in there and make a stop.
Out of the gun, here's Jackson. His pass is complete. That's Zay Flowers. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. It's a gain of 27 yards to move the chains.
They've run this 12-yard out route, Kate, at the Combine, well, all the way back to last century when I had to throw it. In this throw, this is a big boy throw. This is a differentiator. Can you make that deep out throw on time, on rhythm, and accurately? Well, that was teaching tape right there.
And he's going to be tackled, but still all the way down to the 6. It's a real solid pickup, 12 yards, and it rewards him with a 1st and goal.
That is what elite offenses are all about. Why worry about 3 downs when you need only 1? Move the chains in one play and keep driving that defense backwards.
They'll run here with Henry. Punches it in for the Baltimore touchdown. The Ravens take a 13-0 lead. Derrick Henry, the touchdown. They kept it on the ground as opposed to airing it out, and that time, well, Brock, the ground game paid off.
Well, these great rushing attacks down here that could score rushing touchdowns, it takes the whole party getting involved. Yeah, the burst of the running back was tremendous. How about the launch of his blockers right off the line of scrimmage? That's a touchdown the entire way, and it took the entire group offensively.
Now the PAT try coming up. And he sends the point after right through the uprights. And the Ravens drive out to an early 14-0 lead. The Ravens kicking team is ready, and they're going to send this one away. On the return, here comes Davis. He stopped on the return at the 27. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, it's Allen. Couldn't bring it in over the middle, incomplete.
Hey, I know nobody's perfect, and all you have to do is listen to me and how many words I screw up. But you certainly expect those throws of that length to be 100%. They've got to be borderline automatic in this offense.
No dice on that prior pass. Here's second down. From the shotgun, it's Allen. This is reeled in by Joshua Palmer. And he reaches the 35 before going out.
I know I can sound like a broken record when I talk about timing and getting the ball out on time and on rhythm, but these outcuts, it is so imperative, and the best of them make it look oh so easy.
And time runs out before they get the snap off. That's the end of one. Our score, 14-0. We'll return to Highmark Stadium in just a moment. We're back for the second quarter. Bills in possession of the football. They'll begin the quarter with 3rd and 2. Cook trying this one up the gut. And he'll go down, and we'll say right at the 39-yard line. A pickup of 2, maybe 3, but most importantly, Brock, that's enough to move the sticks.
You love a huddle? Okay, you really do. You love a huddle full of guys like this who just know how to keep the drive moving forward. There's some trust there that he's going to get the job done, and he's going to get another shot, I would guess, down the line.
Allen now on first down. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Tough one to retain through that hit. So second down coming up.
Timing is everything in life, and timing is everything defensively. That throw was just a little bit late and gave the defense time to close, deliver a pop, and knock that ball loose.
Running back sent in motion. Second down, here's Allen again. Completed to his running back. And he's going to get this up to the 45 before he's brought down.
Rhythm. You hear me talk about rhythm a lot. Whether it's a golf swing, a baseball swing, heck, even a bowler gets himself into rhythm. And I'm just telling you, Kate, from experience, these little throws to running backs, it's one of the best things to get your offense into rhythm and a nice little gain on top of it.
Allen from the gun here on 3rd. Cover man is there, and he harmlessly knocks it away. Incomplete.
That's just simply great positioning to swat the ball away. He stayed in a spot where he could disrupt the throw before the target could make a play on it.
Jake Camarda on to punt. And he wants to hit his second effort just as well as he hit his first. His first punt win 50. This is away and looks even better. Brings it in at the 12. And something on the return, but not much as it still ends inside the 20. Call that a booming 56 yards in the end. And the Ravens will take over with a lot of field ahead of them. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Henry gets it here to start the drive. He breaks the tackle. And he's going to get this up to the 26 before being taken down.
Hey, look, Kate, you can't just ask one tackler to go mano-a-mano and stop this guy. You got to have the cavalry coming. One guy makes a hit, the others are there to clean up and pile on, because one-on-one, he's going to run right through you.
Let's see what they want to do here, partner. It's 2nd and inches. That one complete to Hopkins. And he'll go down after fighting his way to the 32. They get 6 and a first down as well.
Sure seems like he knew exactly what he wanted, and he got it, going right where he wanted to with the ball off the snap.
It's a new set of downs for him at the 32. From the gun, a run for Henry. Still finding room past the 45. And he's going to get all the way up to the midfield stripe. It goes as a gain of 19 yards. And that's good for a Ravens first down.
That's pretty good right there now. You don't always expect a sizable gain when you run it on first down. You just want some yards to set up an easier second down play. But they will take that execution every time.
He brings the offense up now for a 1st and 10. From the gun, Jackson. And he'll get it down to the 24-yard line. That one goes for 25 yards. And that'll be 1st down, Baltimore.
I love throwing on first down. And when you see a first down pass just like that, it's taking advantage of a matchup you plan for, and you go out and execute.
And the play clock hits 0. This is going to be delay a game. Man in motion wasn't set in time. Just couldn't get a snap away before the play clock expired. They'll have to come up with 5 extra yards now after that 1st down flag. Man in motion here. Blitz coming, Lamar. Has it at the 7. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. It's a pickup of 26. And that will set up 1st and goal.
This entire play, Kate, depends on how well he can separate from his man. You get man-to-man coverage, it's really about 2 things: separation and trust. Because QBs want to throw it before he breaks, that's the trust. And then they got to believe that that separation can create the big play down the field.
Gets them a couple there in a very good spot now with 2nd and goal from the 1.
You know, when receivers have room to operate, that's a play that can totally gash a defense. But Kate, when you get down here in the red zone, it becomes so much tougher because you have a whole lot less space. And in fact, you'll see defenses swarm like that one just did.
The play clock ran all the way down there, and this is going to cost the offense. Must have lost sight of the play clock there, Brock, because the quarterback could have snapped it in time, but instead, they take the penalty. Getting in their own way, Brock, as they'll line this up 5 yards further back for 2nd and goal. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. He gets him halfway there with a 3-yard gain. They'll need 3 more on 3rd and goal.
Well, you get a little bit closer, but you can feel the pressure starting to mount. Unless you're committed to playing 4 downs here, this becomes a critical 3rd down call.
Henry. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. Only 1 yard there, so it brings up 4th and goal from the 2.
This front, well, they've done a good job bending and not breaking. 1st down, didn't score. 2nd down, didn't score. And now 3rd and goal, can't find the end zone either.
Three plays haven't gotten it done. Now a 4th to try to reach that end zone. Shotgun snap to Jackson. And he finds him in the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. The Ravens take a 20-zip lead. Man, Brock, that defense held up 3 straight plays. They just couldn't come up with the one final stop they needed to get off the field.
And how about this offense? Courage of the offense to run it back for 1 more snap and make the adjustments on 4th and goal to finally punch it in. Quite the mini little chess match we just saw play out over those last 4 plays.
Now we'll see them try the point after. And the extra point is up, and it is good. And the Ravens stretch their lead to 21. The Ravens kicking team is ready, and they're going to send this one away. On the return, here comes Davis. Return's looking good so far. And it's a nice return here. They'll tackle him shy of the 35. Oh, hang on there. Hang on a moment. Looks like we've got an injured player on the kick return. They're going to check on him now. Ball at the 33 for first down. On the ground, first run for Ray Davis. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
I talked to a bunch of different GMs, Kate, especially around draft time, and they all say the same thing. Linebackers are so hard to find. It's hard to transition from the college game that's in so much space to this game where you've got to play in a phone booth, yet have that explosiveness to chase a play on the outside down like that linebacker just did.
It's the 2-minute warning now from Highmark. The Bills with a lot of work to do to get into scoring range. Receiver in motion going left. Here's 2nd and 11. Got a man, Palmer has it. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
It sure seemed like he knew exactly where he was going with that right off the snap.
Offense up to the line fast. Throwing now on first down, Allen. Finds a seam down the middle. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. Give him 32 on that play. And that's good for a Bills first down.
I try to remind you a time or two, Kate, that you always got to start your read from the secondary forward. You got to see what the safeties are doing. If you're going to throw a ball in the middle third, deep downfield like that, you have to have tremendous awareness of where those safeties were, and the QB just nailed it.
First down throw for Allen. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete.
See the pass, time up your hit, and jar that ball loose. Not a lot of players are hanging on through a well-placed hit like that one.
So after the incompletion, here comes the second down call. Allen gonna throw again. Oh, the Ravens swoop it in, and they bring him down. And that pushes them back. Third down coming up.
Kate, I've seen a one-step drop. I've seen a 3, a 5, a 7. Some of the boots and play actions get more depth, but a 20-step drop? That's not going to cut it, except for this defense that just adds a whole bunch of negative yards to that play.
So not an enviable spot here as they come up on third and very long. Now Allen off the play action. Cover man is there, and he harmlessly knocks it away. Incomplete. Trying to force one through there. And that brings up 4th and long.
How many times do defenders hear from their coaches, read and react, read and react? You got to read where the quarterback's eyes are going, and then more importantly, you got to react as he begins to throw and knock that ball away.
And this kick is good. He needed to get all of it there, and he did. And it gets a fraction closer as it leads down to 18.
A lot of them may make it look automatic, but you get this deep, and those field goals are far from a certainty. It took all his concentration, every bit of his strength, to send that puppy through.
Bass now to kick this away. And he opts not to bring this one out, so they're going to enjoy some good starting field position from the 30. The Ravens and Lamar Jackson are ready to go again on offense. And he sure has put on that chef's hat to dice up their defense early in this one. Quite the appetizer that he's prepared to what could be a great overall performance. And even 20 seconds left at their disposal on the final drive of this half. All right, keeping it simple. They're just going to call a give right up the middle. And he found some running room for a nice gain. Give him 9 yards. He almost moved the chains there. It's going to be 2nd and 1. So we've reached the halftime break. It's the Ravens leading so far on the road. Now it's down to Florida, where Jonathan Coachman is standing by in Orlando for the EA Sports Halftime Report.
Okay, Kate, thanks very much. And with that, we welcome you all into our EA Sports studios. This is the Halftime Report. It was Derrick Henry, as he normally does, making his impact felt in that first half. He had a touchdown run that helped get his guys this halftime lead. This was an extremely one-sided first half. One team showed up ready to go. The other's been in a daze thus far, but there's still plenty of time left for this one to tighten up significantly.
All right, thank you, Coach, and we are back and about set to begin the second half. The Ravens kicking team is ready, and they're going to send this one away. On the return, here comes Davis. He stopped on the return at the 27. So to begin the third, it's going to be the Buffalo offense we see first. And that first half, they just couldn't keep up the pace, but they're going to be the ones setting the pace here to begin this third quarter. Offense ready to begin this drive, 1st and 10. Allen setting up play action. Anticipated the quick staccato pass there. It's knocked away, incomplete.
Well, I'll tell you what, Kate, that's a really nice play in coverage. That linebacker looking like a cornerback on that play. Perhaps those cover guys could take some notes on how to stay in position and, most importantly, swat that pass away.
Couldn't connect on first. It's 2nd down. Back to the air. Allen. Completed over the middle. And that will not be enough for a 1st down.
You know, Kate, over the years, I've heard defensive coordinators say, hey, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. You got to earn the right for me to call blitzes. And when you call a blitz and you don't get home and you don't hit the quarterback, you've earned nothing.
3rd and a lone yard coming up. Straight ahead, here's Cook. And the defense was ready. They got him at the line. Stopped for no gain on the play, and that'll bring up 4th and 2.
Stopped right at the line, but might as well have been a loss of yards as far as the offense is concerned. It's always humbling when you try force versus force, and the defense wins out.
The Bills with a punt team out there. It'll be Jake Camarda doing the honors. And he gets his guys a few yards before they bring him down on the return. The kicking team got downfield quickly there. He didn't manage much on the return. And the Ravens will go on offense. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Flowers will go in motion left. And they're on him after about a 2-yard gain. Making the tackle there, Joey Bosa. He gets a couple on first, and they'll come up 2nd and 8.
This is one of those real modest gains, Kate, that I like as a call. Adds just a little more variety to your playbook. Makes that defense wonder. Those guys on the other side of the ball think a little bit. This dude's not just a receiver. He may get in the run game as well.
This is caught by Isaiah Likely. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a first down.
You know, it sure seems like he knew exactly where he was going with that before the snap. That's a pre-snap decision that led to a post-snap first down.
New set of downs for him at the 38. First down, here's Lamar. Andrews with the catch. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. This one goes for an even 25 yards. And that's good for a Ravens first down.
You want to become a quarterback's best friend? Do that. Turn a short little gain, a short little pass into some yards after catch, and that quarterback will find you again.
Markers reset, ball at the 37. Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. And he's only going to get 2 or 3 yards on that one.
That's the kind of run play that feels like tug-of-war at field day. And you're just not moving the other side. Just a short run. Neither side feels particularly good about it, and we'll move to the next.
Second down now, 7 to go. Out of the gun, Henry. Room to run inside the 20. And he's all the way down to the 10-yard line. They got 24 yards on the play. And that'll be first down, Baltimore.
Those unsung heroes, those big guys up front on the O-line, well, let's give them a little love right here, Kate. They don't always get the attention they deserve on the broadcast, but let me tell you, they played a huge role in that big old run.
Lone back in the backfield, and he gets the handoff. Has the Baltimore touchdown. The Ravens push their lead further to start the half. Well, Brock, he found himself some space to work, and from there, wow, all athleticism as he made his way into the end zone.
You got that right, Kate. Just that speed. You got to have some different gear when you get down here to the red zone. It's hard to score rushing touchdowns, and that running back sees the open space, he sees the green grass, and he finishes it off with 6.
Kicking team out to try the extra point. And the kick is good. And the Ravens continue piling on to this lead. The Ravens kicking team is ready, and they're going to send this one away. And no return here, and this is a touchback, and the ball's going to come out to the 20. Buffalo sending its offense to the field. And this has become must-score territory now every time out as they trail by a full 4 possessions in this second half. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. This is Cook. And he found some running room for a nice gain. Call it 7 yards, and now they'll have 2nd down and 3.
That does not show up on any explosive stat sheet, but let me tell you, Kate, that's the real deal right there. You run for that kind of yardage consistently in the NFL, you do set yourself up for success.
2nd and 3. Pass into the hands of Dalton Kincaid. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They pick up 20 yards there. And that's good for a Bills first down.
Good offenses. Okay, good play callers know how to utilize their personnel. They know where they wanted them. They wanted them on a route in space where he could make that initial play comfortably, but then go to work after it.
Able to hit Palmer, complete. And he's brought down right in the neighborhood of that 40-yard line. It's a pickup of 14 yards as the chains reset.
Move the chains! Gotta move them chains! Build momentum and keep that defense on its heels.
First down now, ball at the 39-yard line. Working from the gun, it's Allen. A quick throw is swatted away, incomplete. He was looking for Keon Coleman on that throw. And we'll see what they do here on second down.
Any DB prefers a highlight reel interception to just forcing an incomplete pass. But as soon as he realized a pick wasn't possible on the play, well, he gets his hands on it and made sure it wasn't completed.
To throw again, it's Allen. This one is tipped away and incomplete. Good positioning to make a play on it. That forces third down.
I think you're seeing why they like this guy in coverage, man. He reacts well to throws and is so adept in breaking up passes right through contact or before they ever reach the target.
Last pass unsuccessful, and they have third down here. To the air again, Allen. Complete to Coleman. And he takes it into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. The Bills shrinking the lead some in the third. Keon Coleman, the touchdown. Well, Brock, this one has not been good to them so far, but they are still fighting and able to get in there for 6.
Just a drive that was all about scratching and clawing. As much as anything, Kate, it was just a pride drive to go and get your job done.
Tyler Bass on now for the extra point. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Bills make it an 18-point game. Bass now to kick this away. That's going to be taken in at the 8. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. Now Baltimore returning its offense to the field of play. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. The drive begins with Henry. And defenders are there to get him at the line. Christian Benford up to make that stop. Call it no gain on that run, and they face 2nd and 10.
As a corner in this league, well, you can go to the Pro Bowl if you can cover. But you want to be an all-pro, you stick someone like that.
2nd and 10, need to get some positive yardage here. Lamar now from the gun. Has him on the quick hitter. And he's going to bring it up to the 40-yard line before he stopped. 12 yards on that play, and a good call nets him the first.
Gosh, I really like this receiver on that drag route in particular. Why? Because he's a guy that creates after the catch. They don't close quickly. He could take it to the house.
New slated downs to approach here from the 40. On 1st down, Jackson bails out of the pocket quick. He's contained at the line for no gain. Ed Oliver there to make the stop.
Well, I think all quarterbacks have been there before. You start scrambling, you're hoping for something to materialize, and nothing does. You just try to get back to the line, live to play another day, and more importantly, avoid a loss.
2nd and 10, need to get some positive yardage here. Jackson throwing here. Completed to Flowers.
It was as if the defense knew what play was coming. That was a play they knew they could defend, and boy, did they ever, stopping it right at the line of scrimmage.
And the Bills bringing out an extra defensive back, third down coming up. They just get the play off. Short pass brought in. And he's going to go down right along the midfield stripe. A touchdown aside in that frame as we run out of time in the third quarter. It's not quite over yet, but it'd take a pretty miraculous comeback. We've got a 3-score game as we get set to start the fourth quarter. All right, I'll set up now. 1st and 10. One of the tight ends motioning right. Trying down the middle with Henry. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
This dude was just not going to be stopped. Not by the first defender. Heck, not even by the second one who was able to bring him down. No, it took a few shots before this crew could finally get this beast down.
New set of downs for him at the 38. First down, and they go right back to him. And they'll bring him down after a pretty short gain. 2 on the pickup there, and it's going to be 2nd and 8. Another run for Henry. And they're going to stop him after he runs it inside the 35. It's a 4-yard pickup, and they need the same now here on 3rd down.
They'll come away happy getting that type of output on most run plays. It's a sign, well, they're getting some good push up front, and this running back is seeing the lanes and paying them off.
Chance to move the chains here on 3rd and 4. From the gun, Jackson. This one's taken in by Hill. They'll move the chains after that pickup of 12.
Hey, Kate, they don't rightly care who it's going to go to in that situation. All they really care about are the results on 3rd down. And that's exactly the result they needed. Enough to keep this drive moving.
They have themselves another 1st and 10. From the red zone now. He's got Andrews. And this play reaches the 12-yard line before the stop is made. After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. Oh, he taps it quick to the receiver coming across here. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away.
That offensive group really hoped he was going to get it all right there, reset it back to 1st down. But instead, the defense, well, they're not going to let anything come easy. And their fight is giving them a chance to stall things out on the 3rd and short.
1 yard, all that's needed. This is 3rd and inches. Pistol snap to Jackson. And they will take this into the end zone for a Baltimore touchdown. The Ravens keep adding to that 4th quarter lead. 3 touchdown catches in one game is rare air, Brock. Safe to say most guys who retire can name every time they did that here in the NFL.
Yeah, I hope he remembers it, but also remember this. Receivers, they're a dependent position. They're dependent on the guys doing their job up front. They're dependent on the quarterback putting it on the spot. And usually, when you reach a milestone like this, you love to share it with everybody else. And my guess, especially if they could find a way to win this one, is this receiver will celebrate it with all of his guys.
That one right down the middle. And the Ravens grow their lead yet again. The Ravens kicking team is ready, and they're going to send this one away. On the return, here comes Davis. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. Now we've got the Bills offense headed back to the field. And all game, they have struggled to attack this deficit. Maybe they can do a little window dressing here. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Putting the tight end in motion. 1st and 10. Here's Allen. Pass complete to Cook. And this one's brought to a halt at about the 36-yard line.
That's what you call efficiency. Exactly what you're looking for on 1st down. Textbook. It sets up 2nd and very manageable, and then creates that space if you want to take a shot downfield.
After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. From the 36. This ball's cut by Palmer. And he's out of bounds just past, looks like, the 40-yard line. They'll say he got 5 there, but Brock, all they care about is the 1st down that comes with it.
And those are the completions they rely on from their passing game.
1st and 10 from the 41. From the shotgun, it's Allen. This one's quickly to Shakir. And the tackle's made just beyond midfield at the 48. That's an 11-yard pickup, and it gives them the 1st down.
Boy, they sure found the right route at the right time to hit the soft spot in that coverage. And that slant, it goes for big yardage.
1st and 10, ball set up at the 48. Now Allen off the play action. Got a man, Palmer has it. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down. He was too far downfield at the time of the pass. Gotta stay within a yard of the line. That'll back him up. So after the 5 yards are marched off, here's 1st and 15. Allen gonna throw again. This is complete to Dawson Knox. And they're gonna bring him down at the 36. 16 yards on the play. And that's good for a Bills 1st down.
You'll often hear it said, in my life experience, it's true, the NFL is a game of matchups, so much more than any level. And these tight ends, we see it time and again, are such a matchup nightmare down the field.
They've got a man in motion. Allen now on 1st down. That's low and bounces short of his man. Not on the same page with his tight end. So that brings up 2nd down.
Can't cover it much better than that really well-covered Kate on that play. There just simply was not a window for him to sneak that throw in.
No dice on that prior pass. Here's 2nd down. Again, Allen to the air. And there's a man there. It's intercepted. And the Ravens will have it shy of their own 30 after that tackle.
Going down the middle, as you can see, you're giving them a real chance at making that pick. Might be a case of trying to force one where he shouldn't have. And you're sure hoping as a quarterback you learn your lesson on that one. The Ravens and Derrick Henry making their way back out on offense.
With touchdowns on their last 2 drives, Brock, they're playing some of their best offense here. Could they try for 3 in a row despite the lead? Let's find out. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. They'll run here from the gun. And he's downed after getting this up to the 41. 12 yards on that play, and a good call nets him the first.
Offensive coordinators tell us all the time, big runs only happen with coordinated efforts. Great blocking to spring them. Guys hitting blocks downfield, and a back who can show off his wheels.
A give right side to Henry. And they beat him to the edge. That run stopped back at the line. No progress on 1st down, and that'll bring up 2nd and 10.
Where one defender failed, well, his buddy was there to swarm to the ball and make that play just as it gets to the line of scrimmage.
We've hit the 2-minute warning here in Buffalo. Ravens coasting to the finish line. 2nd and 10, need to get some positive yardage here. Running once more with Henry. Broke through the tackle. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
Kate, I know you can see that smile on my face as we stand next to each other. Sure, I love that run. But I'm thinking about some great running backs. In fact, Corey Dillon, who created a lot of negative grades on my play sheet because I didn't want to carry out no fake. I wanted to watch the damage he could do like we just saw.
Going to the ground again on 1st. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
To be a stud back in this league, it takes more than just checking the athletic boxes. There's an IQ, a feel, a patience and craftiness required along with just tremendous vision. He showed all of it navigating that run up the middle.
They're set up at the 35 now. First down, and they go back to Henry. That's 16 on the pickup. And that's good for a Ravens 1st down.
To play running back in this league, well, you've got to have tremendous vision. We saw it twice, once to find the lane upfield, and then to get to space and break off some extra yards.
A new set of downs forthcoming. It's 1st and 10. So the Ravens will fly home with the win. Well, partner, we spoke earlier about how much of a factor this home crowd was going to be. But even with the added boost from the friendly confines, couldn't will them to the victory.
Yeah, sometimes it just isn't your game. You're never going to win them all, even at home. But what's important now is learning from this defeat, hitting the film room, hitting the weights, making sure this doesn't happen again. Don't let this loss beat you twice.
So for Brock Heward and all of our crew, I'm Kate Scott, wrapping up another edition of the NFL on EA Sports. The Ravens are your winners as we say so long from Buffalo.